Let me see where I'm at. Present invite. Here we go. Share screen. I'm gonna share screen with you too. So now, go. Don't stay. Breaking news. Let me go over. Oh my God. Where are we? Shit. Hey, you guys, welcome. Let's come through. Oh my God. Oh, where I'm at? Over here. America is at war. Welcome, you guys. Look at American at war, you guys. Breaking news, American at war. American is at war, you guys. Breaking news, American is at war. Nobody not happy. Woo! American at war, you guys. Oh my God. Why did he jump into that? The president ordered, let's get into it. No, he just went over there and bombed Iraq. Iran. Welcome, everybody. I don't know if you guys are into politics. I don't know if you guys want anybody to see you that you over here to into politics. This is what's going on. We are at war now. Everybody's here. Everybody is upset. Newscasts everywhere. Breaking news. That's America. We at war. We knew it was coming, wasn't it? He wasn't going to do it. He was going to do it. Not nobody happy out there in those streets. Here we go. Why did he do that? I thought he said it was going to be in 2 weeks. Knew it was coming. I thought that he said it was going to, I'm sick of to my stomach. I know, Yolanda. I thought he said 2 weeks. Breaking news, everybody, it's here. And he said when he got in there, we just got finished with 2 wars. He said when he get in there, it wasn't going to be, he just couldn't wait. Can't stand his goddamn ass. Here we go. We going out here in the street. Let's see. Look at it. Whoa. Odd man over there on Inner City Press. He got his stuff going. Jesus. Y'all, this is going on live. Yeah, they're trying to pick him, but I don't know if they're going to be. You cannot be even, yeah, just pitiful. You cannot be a feature. Oh, Jesus. Y'all, I don't even know how to do this and make this. He cannot get it. He can't get a peach if the war is going on. Peace. Hey, beautiful. Hey, I'm telling you, yes, we at war now. We at war. Breaking news. It's going down right now. Y'all haven't subscribed. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm so damn. Oh my God. Y'all just those of you not paying attention or don't care. This is our life. This is our life. Look at it. America is bombing everywhere. Shit. Jesus. Y'all, this is how I supposed to say it. They just blew up a heart allegedly we at war. It's all over the channels. Why? I thought that's us. Y'all know people get one missile over that hang up here. And also, too, those you don't know, they are headed for New York. What it was, New York, California. What? New York, California. they had set out their six states that they're coming to over here. I know New York, California, Los Angeles, California, San Francisco. I know New York is one. I know Florida is not on there. I know New York, Los Angeles. Hold up, y'all. Let's go over here with everybody at. They're having a. Please, you guys, I know that you guys want to listen to all the other fights, but this is our life. This is what you call commentary. This is what's going. Why did he jump in that shit? Send that shit over there. We don't blow up damn people. Why, man? We were trying to bring our kids home. He said it when he got in the chair. They got to go ahead and do something with this impeachment with him. Hold on a second. Everybody's in the row. Let's go out here and find everybody. They're CNN News. This is what's going on. I don't mean to talk so loud, but this stuff is getting me, though. And you all them kids, man, they don't care if you go to New York and nobody likes them because they. Okay, here we go.
This is major breaking news. The United States now at war with Iran. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, releasing a statement just moments ago saying, "We have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran." He included the name of those sites. He said all planes are now outside of Iran airspace. He says a payload of bombs was dropped on primary site Fordow. All planes are safely on their way. Congratulations to our great American warriors, he says.
This is taking place right now, you guys. Ladies and gentlemen,
now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President posting this just moments ago on social media. The United States has now been drawn into a regional fight with Iran and Israel.
You guys,
details still to come. This is breaking. Also, check back with the Don Lemon Show on YouTube and on other socials, including Substack, for live breaking news updates.
Okay.
More details to come on this breaking news. This is major breaking news. The United States now at war with Iran. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, releasing a statement just moments ago saying, "We have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran." He included the name of those sites. He said all planes are now outside of Iran airspace. And then he says a payload of bombs was dropped on primary site Fordow.
Hold on a second, y'all. I'm so sorry. I've been watching this damn guy, and I'm telling you something. Let me hold up one second. Let me get it right. Y'all, Yolanda, y'all drop in the chat all what we need to get. I'm gonna put it on my community wall that we is at war, praying for our soldiers. It just taken. Hold on a second. Hello. Yeah, did you see my community wall with that bitch put up there? Just go and look at my community wall. Okay. Okay, breaking. Okay, you guys, y'all, you know what? Let me tell you something. Iran is where. Okay, thank you. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Iran is where all the hack and the cyber stuff is come from to hit our phone and our Wi-Fi and stuff. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, I'm just, I mean, my God. Jesus, y'all. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Hey there, Lady Sparkle. Iran is ready. Y'all, Lord have mercy. Okay, y'all. Okay, okay, y'all. What all that we need? I'm gonna do the community wall. What all that we need so I can get there. I can put this down.
Just safely on their way. Congratulations to our great American warriors, he says. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President posting this just moments ago on social media. The United States has now been drawn into a regional fight with Iran and Israel. Details still to come. This is breaking. Also, check back with the Don Lemon Show on YouTube and on other socials, including Substack, for live breaking news updates.
Okay, y'all,
more
let's
details
go over
to come
here.
on this breaking news.
Let's go over here.
This is major breaking news. The United States now
let me go over here. We're gonna go over here for a moment.
The President of the United States, Donald Trump, releasing a statement just moments ago, saying we have completed.
This is totally. I'm just so nervous, you guys. I really am. I'm so sorry. Shut up! I'm just tired, man. Please, no break right now. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it right. I mean, I'm just, oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Let's go over here. Let's see what we're doing. Yeah, I'm here. It's there. I don't know if you can get to my Dolan Milton 3, the community wall. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Briefing. Okay. Let me call you back. Okay. Yeah, you guys. This is what's going on. Studio. Y'all, I'm so damn tired of this goddamn man. Okay, I'm gonna go big screen. Because Yolanda like to follow me when I'm on the big screen to make sure I got everything right. Okay, this is where we at. Trump, this happened 1 hour, this pertained to 1 hour ago. Okay. Oh, shoot, Jesus. Okay, I can't emos. Y'all, I can't emos. Let me see, did I get a cash out for $8? Y'all, here we go. We are right here. You know what? I was following. Oh, Jesus, I'm so loud. Could y'all hear me? I'm sorry. Okay, but hold up a second. Let me take that. Let me take a picture of that. I gotta take a picture of that. See, this is what we do over here. Okay. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, got that. Okay, here we go. Drop a peaceful bomb. Drop the peaceful bomb. Hold up a second. Let's go over here. Let me see. See what this bitch don't do. Okay, this is what 2 hours ago. This is don't forget now, they are still trying to impeach Trump. This is what he said. Let me get Yolanda here. Let me put this up big for we all to see it. Oh my God. This is what it say. A press conference will be held at the Pentagon at 8 a.m. That's in the morning with the Defense Secretary Peter, whatever the fuck that his name, and joined with Chief of Staff General Dan Can. President said, okay. And now this is supposed to be when he have his meeting. He don't skip over these goddamn meeting. Now President Trump full address. Oh my God. Address a following strike on Iran nuclear facility. I think I said it right. Hold on a second. I think I said it right. Let me see. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me get that. Hold on a second. I got to get that. Okay. Hold on a second, y'all. Okay, wait a minute. I'm just trying to get that. I'm just trying to get a copy of that. I can put it up there on my community wall. Okay. Okay. I mean, I know I'm trying to breathe. Hold on. Let me take my anxiety medicine right here. Child, I just don't like this here. I just don't like it. I churn out there. I just don't like it. This is my nerve medicine. Hold on a second, y'all. Take 2 pills. I can't even finish up my hair. I can't finish my hair. I'm trying to think, well, what's going on here? Y'all, we are at war. This goddamn man called me personal and told me he gonna wait 2 weeks and see could they iron that shit out. It wasn't even 24 hours. Jesus, come in the room. Jesus, in the room. Okay, this is what this bitch saying. Thank you for what that? Thank you for in particular. Shut up, bitch. He said that they got a channel right here that those of us that is scared, I'm gonna put that we falling in because I'm scared. I'm gonna need it. Those of us that scared, there's a channel number right here. I will put it right there. I will put it on the community wall to let you guys know it. Okay, now this is what came in. The president does not have the power under the constitutional to limit liberty authority a military attack in the situation that does not involve the stop and actual military threats in there. Okay, where is Congress? Where is Jack? Where is that little girl at? Hold on a second.
The 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime.
Iranian,
Fordo,
that's the word.
Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Damn.
For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular,
okay, wait a minute.
so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who
let me
flew
tell you
those
something right now. Don't y'all remember last month or 2 months ago? You remember they was doing that? You remember they was in that secret chat? You remember they was in the secret chat and they had leaked out? And you remember Trump went on ahead and fired a man? Because Trump knew all that was pertaining to now. All them, even Marco Rubio, he was in the chat. They want to know how did it leaked out for the public to know what was going on. This is what that man was talking about, the one that got fired. This is what they was talking about in there because he knew what was going on. That's why he fired the damn man, because the man invited somebody in the press into the damn chat. This is what the shit was supposed to have been playing. He would do anything to stay in that goddamn chair. Under the Republican, so Democrat did not count. Okay, for what I understand, over there, I was over to Don Lemon. They were saying that they were looking for that little girl from Jesus, what that girl name? Jessica. You know the black girl from Dallas, Texas. They were looking for her. They were saying, where is she at? Where is she at with this here going on? Because they say that it's 2 of them got a lot of mouth. I forgot who the next person is. They ain't afraid to speak on the shit that Trump is doing. So they were looking for her, and they call out another lady name to go and get Trump, to go after Trump. Jesus. Y'all see what if this ain't good. You don't have to know about politics to know what this is and that. But still, you're sitting up, arguing and fighting every day with that your country, the country that we love so much, and trying to get allegedly some of these people out of here. This here war is gonna feel with all of us, y'all. Unless you're gonna wait back here. Yolanda, I'm gonna talk some mess. Cause okay, I'm too loud. Okay, let me calm down. Let me take it down. It's on 100. Let me take it down to you like it on 76. Okay, I got it on 77. This here war. Okay. This is war. I hope nobody don't come up here and tell me they need cash out to get toilet paper, water. And this is shit going on. Now it's time to get all the cash out of shit that was given to you. Shit don't got that shit. I'm one person by myself. Even I have my shit damn stacked up. I cannot believe this. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, hold on a second. This goddamn man, I tell you, Jesus. Okay, well, wait a minute, guys. We finna get there right now. Okay, here we go. We are right here. This is what's taking place right now. Here we go. I see right now. Here we y'all. I see right now. Watching this here. What the face is going on? Oh God, look at my eyes. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get us there. This is what's taking place right now. Okay, let me see. I'm right here, y'all. We got the full screen. Wait a minute, y'all. Could y'all see the full screen? Y'all there? Hold on a second. I gotta get where everybody. Hold up. That's not my people. Wait a minute, y'all there? We here on the full screen. Okay, we here. Let me know. I see y'all comments right here. Let me get right here. I hope my messaging come in. I ain't never been so jittery. This is taking place right now, you guys. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. We watch the screen start. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah, this is taking place right now. And this is from Time Now. That's a news channel. Child, look at our scooters. Look at our scooter. We got there and nobody else went down the scooter. We was there. This is what he said. He said that those people over 40-something years, they've been killing this. You, for the fuck what you just goddamn said. You meant that goddamn shit. You meant for this motherfucking shit to happen. For over 40-something years, they just been picking and been milling, just been bombing. But now I got the bullets out there. Look at that fucking shit. I never seen a person that want to fight so much. I mean, I swear, I never seen a person that, come on, let's fight.
We're here in a destruction, demolition site in the middle of Ramat Gan, a civilian area that was attacked by the Iranian regime. and destroyed a lot of buildings and hurt innocent civilians who were sitting in the houses, eating their Shabbat meals. And suddenly a missile hit their house, and some of them were injured, some of them are trapped, and we are here to rescue them and take them out.
Get ready, New York. Get ready, New York. My God. Them people had, this is sad, them people had already done said, them people had a list said that what they were going to do. Did in fact with the shit. Y'all haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to me. We working tonight.
But I can't go into detail of the exact number or the exact location, as I said. What I can also tell you, though, is that the Israel Police Bomb Disposal Units are here on this site and multiple other sites. They're some of the best in the world. We're doing everything possible to ensure the safety of the public. We just ask for the public's cooperation. Do your part. Your responsibility can save your life and other lives as well.
Damn, Jesus. See what he don't did. Oh boy. Y'all all right here. I see it. Damn. This is hold on a second. Where are we at?
Tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, that was the brief message there from President Trump at the White House now about an hour ago, in case you might have missed it there live. In the meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanking the president for these actions just tonight. He put this video message online. Let's watch.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of
They didn't even supposed to have no
lead
weapon.
the Middle East and beyond.
They didn't even supposed to
to a
have no
future of
weapon.
prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength.
It was hard for him
President
to
Trump,
say God. Yeah,
I
it was.
thank you.
Fucking devil.
The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Okay, there, Bibi Netanyahu with that message. We're also garnering reaction as well from many world leaders, including there at the United Nations, the Secretary General Antonio Guterres, with this message. He says this: I'm gravely alarmed by the use of force by the United States against Iran today, saying this is a dangerous escalation in a region already on the edge and a direct threat to international peace and security. There is a growing risk that this conflict could rapidly get out of control, with catastrophic consequences for civilians, the region, and the world. He says, I call on member states to de-escalate and to uphold their obligations under the UN Charter and other rules of international law.
I don't watch
At this
kids.
perilous
Okay.
hour, it is critical to avoid a spiral of chaos. There is no military solution. The only path forward is diplomacy. The only hope is peace. Coming there, the message from the United Nations. So I would imagine that come next week, the UN Security Council will convene, maybe on an emergency basis, to discuss this. It was a
I was basing it in my chat, and I had my chat hooked up over on her chat.
Council. In the meantime, speaking of New York City, remember, we're garnering reaction as well from local and state elected leaders here stateside. We're hearing from the NYPD. Take a look at this. They say this, that we're tracking the situation unfolding in Iran. Out of an abundance of caution, we're deploying additional resources to religious, cultural, and diplomatic sites across New York City and coordinating with our federal partners.
He said it's coming from New York.
For any potential impact to New York City. Also, live picture there in Los Angeles, over the airport there at LAX. We are hearing from California Governor Gavin Newsom. Take a look at this. He says, following the president's action in Iran, California's State Threat Assessment Center is actively monitoring for any potential impacts.
And there was another one, New York, they was after California, they was out.
Credible counter threats we are aware of at this time. We urge everyone to stay
I hope
vigilant
we don't go to war. Well, we at war now. That's why you're breaking news. We at war.
From California Governor Gavin Newsom, kind of a coast-to-coast reaction there. In the meantime, though, we do want to continue with so many.
We are at war now.
Analysts,
that's why you're breaking news for everybody.
Really cover this each and every day. It's their job, the Middle East, including my friend now, their political scientist at UCLA.
I don't know.
Who joins me. Benjamin, good to see you here. You and I were speaking, I believe, on Friday. And now here we are. Your initial reaction, how momentous of an occasion is this? Not just for the United States, not just for kind of the Middle East. Is this a watershed moment? Would you characterize it as thus?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm still trying to catch my breath of the events of the last few hours. Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, since 1979, when it was conceived, has been a foil in the foreign policy objectives and in the
everything about the cost going high now. Yeah, right.
Regional allies and global allies for a very long time now. And this is a monumental shift in what that dynamic is going to look like. If the United States is able to effectively dismantle or cripple Iran's nuclear enrichment capability, it sends in a very, very powerful message, and it undermines Iran's ability.
We are at war. That's why I'm back, but that's why I said breaking news.
Allies and others in the region to project that power beyond its borders through its proxy groups.
Hour ago, maybe 2 hours now.
Clear. And the question now is sort of not just whether these installations have been sufficiently set back, but whether or not Iran's own system of government is facing a crisis as it decides how it's going to respond, and it is not.
Hold on 1 second.
It does not have any good options in front of it. So that's the other element here. Not only do we have the nuclear component, which is huge, and it's been a problem since the 1990s, but now we also have the crisis of survival of legitimacy of Iran's theocratic system.
Hold on a second. Here we go.
Me on Flag Day, and it's not my birthday. It is my birthday, but I'm not celebrating my birthday. I'm celebrating
no.
Flag Day. It happens to be
No,
the same day, so I
no.
take a little heat. But Flag Day is the appropriate date, and we're celebrating.
Where are we at? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let's see, where are we at? No. That's not it, is it? Yeah. We are here. No. That's kid stuff. Go back here. Wait a minute. Oh, geez, I can't even finish up my hair. I guess I'll do it tomorrow. This is Putin. Okay, here we go.
I remember what happened then. The Western European countries and the
Putin
United
talking.
States put quite serious pressure on this UN court.
This
And
is
it made the
Putin
decision
talking
that if a
yesterday.
part of the country has decided to separate, it does
Yeah.
not have to turn to the central government.
They trying
for
to
an
talk about
agreement.
what Putin. This happened
That is
yesterday.
You see, they did everything themselves. And then they say, how can you do this? Can you do this? Is it not allowed here? It will not be like that. The rules must be unified. Only then will they be stable. And this is a guarantee of security for everyone, not at the expense of others.
Jasmine
This is the
about to
key
go.
thing, the key link.
Ridiculous.
So we are
Oh
ready
my
to
God.
meet.
Price
By the
to
way,
egg. Oh God,
I
price to
said
eggs and milk.
that I
Thank
am
you,
ready to
Substitute
meet
Twitch. Let me
everyone,
take it.
including
Twitch don't
Zelensky.
came through. Twitch is
Yes,
right
this is
here,
not the
y'all.
point.
And let us know what's going on.
If the Ukrainian
I'm
state
gonna put
trusts
this all on
someone
my
to
community
negotiate,
wall.
for God's sake, let it be Zelensky. The question is not this. The question is, who will sign the document? Listen, I did not come up with anything. In the propaganda sense, you can say
Okay.
anything about the
But that's it, I got
legitimacy
gasoline.
of the current authorities. But it
Okay,
is
I put it on my
important for
community
us
wall.
when solving serious issues, not the propaganda component, but the legal one. And how is it legal? According to the Constitution of Ukraine, the President of Ukraine is elected for 5 years. There is no way to extend the powers, even in a military situation. Read carefully. In a military situation, only the parliament of the Rada can extend the powers.
They are
It is written
discussing
there
this here
that elections are
yesterday.
not held in a military
What we hear is the
situation.
gentleman telling us
This is true,
in English,
But
Putin
nowhere does
said.
it say that the president's powers are extended. No, that's all. According to the Constitution of Ukraine, it is not a parliamentary and not a presidential republic, but a presidential parliamentary republic. What does this mean? It means that all the authorities are formed by the president, including the democratic society. This is how the state can be arranged. Everyone is appointed president, and all military leaders are appointed president. All ministers are appointed president, and all governors are appointed president. There is no election, but if the first person is illegitimate, the entire system of power becomes illegitimate. Why am I saying this? We do not care who is negotiating, even if it is the acting head of the regime. I am even ready to meet. But if it is some kind of final stage, so as not to sit there and divide something endlessly, but to put an end to it. But the signature of legitimate authorities should be there. Otherwise, the next one will come and say, throw it all away. But this is not possible because we are solving serious issues. Therefore, I do not refuse this, but a lot of work must be done. And finally, the most important thing. Well, maybe not the most important thing, but it is important. Before the conflict began, we asked the Ukrainian authorities to implement all the Minsk agreements. They refused. Then a special military operation began. As soon as it began, we told them, listen, let's withdraw our troops from Donetsk and Lugansk republics. which we recognized as independent states. And that's it. It will end tomorrow. No, we will fight. Then some time passed. I have already said this publicly. One of my Western colleagues asked me, could you imagine that this is the Kherson region? This is Zaporizhia. You fought for Donetsk and Lugansk.
You're worried about it? Oh,
This has nothing to do with you.
This is Putin.
I said,
telling
well,
what
such was the
it's like.
logic of the hostilities. And could you imagine that you would leave there? I said, well, we could think about some sovereignty of Ukraine, but with the obligation of servitude, that is, the right of passage on land to Crimea. Why? Because they are constantly threatening to destroy the Crimean Bridge. This is a simple thing. He said, can I say this in Kiev? I said, yes, you can. He went there and was told that he was an agent of the Kremlin. Well, this is one of the first faces of a well-known state. Well, nonsense.
No,
They
you gotta
simply
get 1,000.
refused.
I gotta get 1,000.
I said, well, okay.
All the time
We
that
held a
can happen.
referendum at the request of the
All the time
citizens
like,
living
they
in this
having
territory,
something going on,
and that's it.
they can say, like, you
Now,
monetize at
this
500.
is an
They ain't got
integral
nothing
part of
going
the
on
Russian
right now.
Federation.
Sometimes they say you can get monetized
And as I
at
said,
100.
the situation will worsen.
That's it's not going on.
It has
yet.
worsened for them.
They
Now we are not
every now
talking
and
about
then, once
Donetsk
or twice a
and
year.
Lugansk, but about two other regions of the Russian Federation, and Crimea, of course. Yes, let's discuss this. By the way, when we negotiated in Istanbul, thank you very much, President Erdogan,
At 500.
in 2022, but it seems strange, but we agreed on everything with them, do you understand? Here is the draft agreement that was prepared. There were issues of demilitarization, as well as issues of territory. We found such terms that suited both us and Ukraine. No, then those who now want to increase defense spending in Europe and overseas
Oh, can you-
came and said, no, we need to defeat Russia on the battlefield.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me.
We threw everything we agreed on
They
into
will
the trash,
Let me know.
and that's it,
Hold on a second.
and began to achieve this wonderful goal. And now the situation has changed. And you say, No.
Let's see.
let's negotiate. Let's do it. Let's open these packages and
Hold on a second.
negotiate.
Let me see.
But we cannot sit there day and night for a year. Therefore, we are ready. These negotiations continue. Now, on the humanitarian track in general, the situation is such
No,
that these
it's not.
negotiations make
It's still to
sense.
1,000. What?
Now, on the humanitarian track in general,
Okay.
the situation is such
No,
that these
no,
negotiations
that's
make
1,000.
sense.
Oh, no, shoot.
We have already agreed to exchange prisoners for
No, you
one
got
200,
1,000.
and we are returning people.
My,
This is good.
a year ago. I don't know.
We have already given 500
Hey, Wayne
people
Boo,
and received 400
let's
back.
go in and look at, we gonna.
I
just
think everything will
look
be
at
fair
2 more
here.
minutes.
We will get everyone we have to get. Unfortunately, it is sad and sad.
Hold up a second. Oh, wait a minute. This is just happened 6 minutes ago. That was, what we at? 6 minutes ago. American at war. We are. Here we go, American at war. Come on, boy, let's talk. Talk your trash now. Hold on, let me go ahead. I just want you to go ahead and talk. Oh, they can't talk yet? Hold on a second. Bernie Sanders. Look what Bernie Sanders did. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders just found out. Bernie Sanders just found out. Bernie! Bernie's mad.
This is a statement from Donald Trump, quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, etc."
And they gonna come for it. They're coming for it. They're gonna come for New York and California.
And I want to tell you something. Not only is this news that I've just heard this second alarming, that all of you have just heard, but it is so grossly unconstitutional. All of you know that the only entity that can take this country to war is the U.S. Congress. The president does not have the right.
Why is they letting him do this here? Why they letting him
I
do
was
this?
talking a moment ago about the fact that we are living in one of the most difficult moments in the modern history of this country, and Trump just made it that much more difficult. That's just another burden we're going to have to carry, and that's just another message we're going to have to get out all over this country. The American people do not want more war, more death.
Well, Bernie.
You know, it might be a good idea if we concentrated on the problems that exist in Oklahoma and Vermont, rather than getting involved in another war that the American people do not want. Let me just say this, that in the midst of all of what is going on, what is enormously important is that we do not give up on a vision of where this country must go.
Right. True.
What the establishment wants you to believe is that you have no power, that you can't accomplish anything. They have it all, nothing you could do. And in this moment in American history, what we have got to do in Vermont and Oklahoma, in Texas, all over this country, is stand up and fight back and tell them this is our country.
Oh my God, this guy's getting mad. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, my God.
And I don't care if you are a progressive, a moderate, or a conservative. This country belongs to all of us, not just a handful of billionaires.
It's powerful.
And when
I hope
we
so. I hope they
look
can do
out
that.
into the future, the kind of America we want, let's understand a few things. Number one, instead of giving tax breaks to billionaires, we should demand they start paying their fair share of taxes. No, we should not be throwing 16 million Americans off the health care they have. We should be doing what every other major country does, guarantee health care to all as a human right. This is not a radical idea. It exists in virtually every other wealthy country. The function of a rational healthcare system is not to make hundreds of billions for the drug companies and the insurance companies. It's to provide quality care to all. When we look into the future, we must demand that every worker in America earns a decent wage. Raise the minimum wage to at least $17 an hour. We can create millions of good-paying jobs by union jobs, by building 5 million units of low-income and affordable housing.
Okay, I don't know. Let me see what.
Not a radical idea. Not a radical idea to say that in a competitive global economy.
Hold a second. Let me see what we are
Every
at.
young person in this country, regardless of income, should have the right to get a higher education. We can and must make public.
This is
MSNBC's ongoing special breaking news coverage. I'm Rachel Maddow. If you're just tuning in, we are following the breaking news that U.S. bombers carried out strikes today at 3 Iranian nuclear sites. One at Natanz, a site that had previously been hit by Israel. Israel and Iran have been trading strikes since Israel's surprise attack last Friday. Israel has already attacked the site at Natanz. Now the United States has done so as well. Another nuclear site near Isfahan in Iran. And also, according to the president, the facility called Fordow, which is a deeply buried facility. And that's important tactically because the U.S. military is believed to have essentially unique targeting capacity to hit a site like that. It is a deep underground facility. The United States has essentially developed weapons specifically to target facilities like that one. And so these B-2 bombers that have reportedly carried out these strikes tonight in Iran are aircraft with capacity that no other military in the world really has. Now, common wisdom about this president, about the political movement that he leads, is that he is supposedly isolationist, that he is supposedly anti-war. That has never been exactly right. That's always been kind of a lazy common wisdom. In less than 6 months back in office, he has threatened military action against Panama, against Canada, against Denmark in order to seize Greenland. He has bombed Yemen over and over and over again. And now he appears to have entered the United States military into a war in Iran, something that neoconservatives have thrilled to for, I guess, 2 generations now. A lot of commentary around the Trump phenomenon and Trump's politics would suggest that he has risen in opposition to the neoconservatives who have advocated for this type of war since essentially the Iranian Revolution in 1979. But since 1979, the U.S. military has not engaged directly with Iran. But Donald Trump has done so tonight. Donald Trump has ordered U.S. military bombing raids on Iran. We are now in war with Iran. President Trump announced the strikes on his niche social media platform, which is called Truth Social. He said in that post, quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside Iran airspace. A full payload of," inexplicable all capital letters, "bombs." It's not an acronym. He's just spelling it in all capital letters. "A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordow. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the capital world that could have done this." And then he says in all capital letters, "Now is the time for peace!" Exclamation point. "Thank you for your attention to this matter." President, in his quirky spelling and delivery, delivering the most sober possible message to the American people, who have been largely opposed to and afraid of a potential U.S. war with Iran, again, for generations. Donald Trump has now started it. We are expecting President Trump to address the nation just about an hour from now, talking about this decision. Well, of course, we'll bring you that live when it happens. Joining us now from Washington, D.C. is NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba. Monica, thanks very much for being with us. I know this is crunch time. What can you tell us about this decision tonight and what we know about the potential scope of this military engagement?
Yeah, Rachel, good to be with you. Look, this is an incredibly consequential decision of a massive scale for any president, but of course, in particular for this one who had been touting the fact that he was going to maybe give Iran as much as 2 weeks to see if a diplomatic solution could be possible. We knew that there were European leaders huddling with Iranian officials in Geneva as recently as yesterday. And he was even arguing from the tarmac when he was traveling yesterday and on Air Force One that perhaps that was a possibility, but he had been also very clear that it was likely that if he didn't get the terms of a deal that he was potentially pursuing here, that the U.S. military could get more involved. Now, he's going to lay out, I'm told, his rationale to the American people for this when he does speak at 10 p.m. And he is going to, of course, talk about what this means in this moment. I'm told by a senior White House official that as of right now, he and the country does not and should not expect additional strikes. Again, at this moment, this has obviously been unfolding in real time, can change incredibly quickly, but that is the posture as of, again, this second. And we know that the president also just a couple of hours ago had a conversation with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. We know that this was a U.S. military operation that was heavily coordinated with Israel. They obviously were briefed on every step of the way. They knew this was happening. It was done, again, in a highly coordinated fashion. And that's not surprising. The president has been in touch with the prime minister pretty much every day over this last week or so when it comes to this conflict. And I can also tell you, Rachel, that he was traveling back from his property in Bedminster, New Jersey. He returned to Washington around 5:30 p.m. this evening, and he went to the Situation Room where he monitored much of this in real time, again, with some of his top national security advisors, and where we know that this is something that will be planned. It's going to continue to take place throughout the evening. We know that tomorrow he has another National Security Council meeting. And to the point that you started this show with about this question of the U.S. effectively being at war with Iran right now, this is a president that's going to need to come out and tell the American people why he made that decision, why this posture was one he felt was inevitable. And you're already seeing a lot of lawmakers and a bipartisan effort, we should point out, raising questions about this and using this kind of military authority without that congressional approval. We know there had been a resolution that had been in the works over the last couple of days to see if that could be put up for a vote next week that was anticipating this potentially. But again, this is President Trump's maybe perhaps most consequential decision of this second term. Of course, there were many in the first term, but this is also a person who we need to remind everybody as a candidate repeatedly campaigned on and against ending all foreign wars and not pushing the U.S. further into these kinds of military entanglements overseas. So I think there's a lot of questions tonight about his approach to all of this. But I can also tell you, Rachel, just from talking to my White House sources a short time ago, they're very pleased with the fact that this was able to be carried out covertly, that it didn't appear that anything leaked, and that they were able to do this and keep U.S. military and U.S. personnel who were involved as safe as possible throughout the evening for now. Rachel.
Monica, this is both a communications, White House communications question and also sort of a strategic question, which is that I know that I'm sure that the White House has seen the American public polling on this and knows that this is an unpopular move. The president has been so opaque, almost teasing in his remarks to reporters about how nobody knows what I'm going to do. The White House hasn't made an effort to try to publicly sell to the American people the necessity of a strike like this. They've done the strike now, and we don't know, again, if this will just be a one-off or this is the start of a longer engagement. Once you've bombed another country, you don't necessarily get a say as to how much war you end up with them in. Is there a sense at the White House that there is going to be, they now plan to try to do more communication to the American people as to why this is necessary, why this is our war. The Secretary of State, for example, Marco Rubio, has argued essentially the opposite to the American people in very recent days.
Yeah, just as recently as about a week ago, when this conflict really began in earnest and all of the fire was being exchanged between Iran and Israel, that was the top line from many White House officials and senior aides, saying that this was something where the U.S. was assisting Israel in its defense as missiles and drones were coming in from Iran, but that it wouldn't go beyond that and that this was Israel's conflict to manage. So you're right to note that there was a shift in that pretty dramatically. And the president began to say that he was very concerned about Iran's ability to build and have a nuclear weapon, even contradicting several times his own director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. In fact, just yesterday, flat out, he said she's wrong, referring to her testimony in March about her doubts that Iran was as close as the president believes Iran was to having a nuclear weapon. And days before, he had said, I just don't think that she's right about that. And he dismissed her entirely. And then again yesterday, he said, I don't even care what my entire intelligence community says. I believe that they were just very close to having that ability. So we are also seeing that split in the last couple of days that the president himself has talked about uniquely, but that the intel community is at odds with, which is really, really significant here. I think that Vice President J.D. Vance and a couple of other people who have been key to the president in this decision making did start to lay the groundwork a couple of days ago for this rationale of potentially dropping bombs in Iran, saying that this is a president who will respond with great force if he feels there's any risk to American assets or personnel. And we know that that was a little bit of a factor in this, that the president completely was arguing in a lot of his meetings with national security advisors that he was worried that there could be exposure to or retaliation to U.S. military personnel or U.S. interests abroad and also at home. And that was something that drove a little bit of this decision as well. But I think that you're going to now see also this major split in MAGA world play out in real time, with a lot of people in his base who were arguing quite publicly against this kind of military intervention from the U.S., and then some who were trying to back him up and say that this is a president who should be trusted for making these decisions, and trying to argue that he, if he did it, would be in the right authority to do so. But I think he keeps saying that his supporters will love him no matter what. But I think this is a real question for the base and those millions of supporters who do have differing views on this, Rachel.
NBC News White House correspondent Monica Alba joining us from Washington. Monica, thank you. I know it's going to be a long night. I really appreciate you being here with us.
Okay, you guys, y'all keep on your notification. I'm going to watch things, see what's going on. This is something else. Okay, we need to get generators. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this in.
Let me bring in my colleague, Vaughn Hilliard, who's at the White House for us. Vaughn, what can you fill in for us about how the day unfolded?
Nicole, there's a lot of unanswered questions. It was just 24 hours ago that I was on a tarmac in New Jersey outside of his Bedminster Golf Club when I asked the president very explicitly whether the U.S. had intelligence that Iran was actively building a nuclear weapon. And he told me that his intelligence community and Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who notably you did not see standing behind him there at the White House delivering these remarks, that their assessments that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon, at least the U.S. had no intelligence of that, was, quote, wrong. I